I went back to school and went to medical school. When I finished medical school, in order to be any type of a doctor, you first have to learn the general part of being a doctor, which you learn when you go to basic medical school. You learn everything, and then you decide if you want to treat people in a general way and do everything or specialize. I found out what plastic surgery was and found that it was a pretty good match for my interests in taking things apart and putting them together. And I thought maybe I could do that with people. So I learned, went for some more school, and what's called a residency program, where you study in the specialty in medicine, which in my case was plastic surgery. As you can see, this child on the left was born with his lip not in the right place. Everything there is necessary. You can see the muscles of the lip are here, and the red part is here, here, and here, but they're just not joined together properly. So in order to put them together like this, you must take this part of the lip apart and bring it across and bring this down and put stitches in and sew them up until you have a lip that, like you can see on the left, on the right side of the picture here.
One more, similar to that.
Yeah,
as well.
this is similar. This is only on one side. You can see this part of the lip. This would be the middle of the lip, and this part is attached up here to the nostril, and this part of the lip goes up and is attached to the other side of the nostril. So what you have to do is to cut through this and bring this down, and then you bring this portion over.
And from a laser? From a laser? Press that little thing.
Oh, okay. You can't see it in here, but there's a little scar that goes up like this, where this part was brought down and brought over, and this part was brought on top of it. And then the red part is brought, see, this is what's called a philtrum. That's this middle part of the lip. Go ahead.
Does it hurt a lot?
Not very much, really. Of course, the child is put to sleep and doesn't really know what's happening, and then afterwards it doesn't hurt an awful lot, really. Go ahead.
How do you like eat with that?
How do I what?
How do you eat?
With the first, how would one eat with the first one?
Oh, well, this is a problem, because a baby, in order to use a bottle or to nurse, has to be able to get his lips around the nipple of the bottle, and they can't do that. So it's very difficult to feed a child with a cleft lip. After the lip is repaired, then they can eat normally. But it's a hard thing. It takes good nursing in order to feed somebody like that. Go ahead.
So if it's connected to the nostril, where's the throat?
It's what?
If it's connected to the nostril, where's the throat?
If it's connected to the nostril, where's the throat?
Oh, well, in this case, the separation goes all the way on the palate, the separation between the nose and the mouth, and this is a cleft lip and palate. So this goes back to the throat, but there isn't a separate passageway from the nose to the throat like there is with us, from the mouth to the throat. So when this is fixed, the palate must also be repaired, and the parts are separated and joined together This child, after it's fixed, has a normal nose. He can breathe through his nose. But another thing that's affected with the cleft palate and is also cleft lip is speech. Because in order to speak properly, you have to be able to have the palate that, in other words, you can't say things like Christmas cookies. You can't use the K. So if it hasn't been repaired, they talk through their nose.
Put the ear on here.
And this plastic surgery, as with all of this, and has a lot of different parts to it. And the part of plastic surgery, which incidentally doesn't necessarily mean that we use plastic. The word plastic means that to mold. Something that's plastic is something that you can change the shape of and mold. So in this case, this ear had been lost in an accident, the upper part of the ear. So to rebuild an ear like this is a very difficult thing. Parts of the springy part of the ear, which is cartilage, have to be taken out of other parts of the body that have cartilage. Sometimes we can take parts from the other ear that doesn't affect how the ear looks and everything, and use that, and there's cartilage under the breastbone that can sometimes be taken out. So in this case, to build up the rim of the ear, cartilage is taken and planted underneath the skin there until it heals, and then this part is lifted up and skin is taken from another part of the body and put on the back of the ear to bring the ear out. It's called doing things in stages. You can't do it all at once, but you do it a little bit and then let it heal and then do some more until you finally have a final result like this.
Okay. So you've talked about some of these things already.